more, just saying.
Somehow the world.
Hang on.
Hang on. Wonderful. Da, da, da.
See, it doesn't count as copyright when you can't hit the notes.
Exactly. I can hit the
we're
notes.
not.
I'm just trying not to on purpose.
Yeah.
I can't.
I can sing
I know
wonderfully.
somehow
Thank
we're
you
gonna
very
get
much.
there.
I can't.
And be so wonderful. We should be singing Christmas songs.
We really
should
should.
be.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wayward
Deck
7!
the halls.
With bells of holly.
Please do not deck the halls with your bowels.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
There's a fun hospital story behind that. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We're back. We're the Wayward 7. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I thought he was talking to us.
I mean, hey, Happy Holiday.
Hey.
Happy Holidays, Ethan.
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Why'd you point to me?
Why are you pointing? It's the holiday season. Time for cheer.
It is.
And soon,
Yeah,
the new
cheer
year will
time.
be upon us, and it's coming faster than you can think about it. Anyway, this intro bit's gone on way longer than it has, and I'm going to move on to Ethan, who's off to my right.
Yep.
Stage right button.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's,
I love your glasses, man.
Yeah.
Thanks
this
so
prescription?
much. Yes. The prescription is for joy.
Okay.
The
Oh,
laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So it's prescription laughter. It's the season of joy and giving.
Yeah.
And
okay.
it would bring us joy if you would give us a like. You could.
I think Ethan's genuinely asking this time.
It's not just a spiel.
This isn't a spiel. Ethan needs this Christmas present, guys.
I mean, listen. All I want for Christmas is you to subscribe.
There it is. That was good.
He's back, everybody.
He's back. There he is. There's that smile.
There's that champ. You win his son.
Alrighty.
I'm proud.
I love the sweaters.
Don't stop there.
What's on your headband, Lauren?
Reindeer.
Reindeer. They're tiny reindeer on your reindeer antlers. Oh, I've been moved.
The reindeer are they're jumping over her head.
Oh,
they're not
doing the
antlers. They're,
splits.
like these are the
They
antlers.
got antlers on them.
You didn't
I
ask
love
about,
yours,
I
Reagan.
was going to say, you
Lights
didn't ask
up.
about mine.
I mean, if you
Well,
want me to, I can.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Reagan, tell me about your hat. Where'd you get it? Where'd you
The
get it?
dollar store.
Well,
We spared no expense.
none. You know,
None
we really
whatsoever.
spent top-notch dollar on this.
All
So-
for you. And you know what you can do in return?
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Wayward 7. I know we say it every chance we can, but it would be a great gift if you could do that.
Because people don't listen.
No.
They do listen.
We wouldn't have to keep saying it if you would just do it.
I don't want to buy the kids turkey down the street.
We're talking to our new
Lisa.
friends who are watching.
I don't want to give out
Lisa.
subscription.
Please, sir, a morsel of a like. That's all I need. It is Christmas time.
It is. We're very thankful for everybody who spends their holiday weekends watching this with us. It is very nice and fun of you to do that. And if you don't, you can use it to get away from family events. Maybe I don't know.
Sounds like
Got
protection.
family promise?
Sounds like
Never mind.
No, we're not gonna.
Not gonna go there.
Anyway, we're a mess. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We love the holidays.
From our dysfunctional family to yours.
Believe it or not, everybody here is sober. That's the
It may not seem like it.
That is the truth. I guess I think all my merry elves here have said all they need to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cut
everybody.
us off before we get to it.
Yeah.
No,
cut it.
I haven't. Wait.
Do you? Okay, I'll flip the camera back
Listen.
to you. Once I figure out the buttons.
Subscribing isn't enough. You need to also ring the bell.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
The
ring
jingle
bell.
bells.
Listen.
The jingle. It's jingle.
Listen.
Jingle the bell. Reagan, say it.
Jingle, jingle.
Jingle the bell. Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle.
To
Yeah.
To follow
Merry
us.
Christmas.
Listen,
Yeah.
this might be
Happy holidays.
It might be the last episode you see with all three of our characters, because all of us are unconscious or dead. Sorry.
Yeah, today's
Who's
Christmas will
surprised?
decide whether or not I have to spend another 4 hours to edit the intro.
Yeah.
Tis
Sorry,
the
Will.
season.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what
It's a
happens.
Christmas miracle.
I really hope it
Might
is.
be a long holiday season for some of us, and for others. We'll see what happens. But if everybody's got it,
We're
everybody
good now.
Good?
We're good.
We're good.
Jingled all the bells.
Jingle the bells.
We've talked while we're still alive.
Talk while we're still alive, as
It's gonna be a real
always.
silent episode.
We're just doing this because we won't be able to talk once we get on the other end of this.
Yeah, everybody's getting all their voices and opinions out because it will be. Get ready for another hour of me monologuing. Yeah, it's happening.
She was a. You know me. She was a. I was walking down the street when out the corner of my eye I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, "I never seen a man who looked so all alone, and could you use a little company? If you could pay the right price, your evening would be nice, and you can go and send me on my way." I said, "You're such a sweet young thing, and why you do this to yourself?" She looked at me, and this is what she said: "Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Oh, you know, I wish I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good." Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep out of sight. And then he swept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a ride. He said, "Give me all you got, I want your money, not your life. But if you try to make a move, I won't think twice." I told him, "You can have my cash, but first you know I gotta ask, what made you wanna live this kind of life?" He said, "There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Oh, you know, I wish I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good." Yeah. When now a couple hours passed and I was sitting in my house, the day was winding down and coming to.
Look, I said something funny.
Oh, Lord, you scamp.
What? It's the best time of the year. Speaking of the best time of the year, last time we left off, not the most optimistic of outlooks, as our party ran from the Huskarls, the most ruthless and powerful generals in all of Haras, who also just happened to bear witness to the assassination of King Egil firsthand.
Whoopsie.
So, that being said, our heroes decided to run, take some evidence from the crime scene itself, meet up with some possible corroborators, and now they're running through the sewers, or at least they were, until they found what they thought to be a safe house. However, you're only safe for so long when being hunted. That being said, their location was discovered within an hour and a half, or half an hour and an hour or so. And they were met with none other than Elric, the Huskarl of the Plains, protector of the East. And he gave them a piece of their mind, and a bit more, as he proceeded to show off why he's considered protector of the Plains, by throwing Icarus into Gwyn, and vice versa, through walls, so forth and so on. Within the battle, unfortunately, one of the honor guard sought fit to take Gwyn's life as retribution for Egil. However, Icarus was revived with Gwen's dying breath and managed to at least take her out of that narrow hallway filled with the honor guard and Elric. However, one by one, the party was taken down. Their only saving grace seemed to be two separate things. Their sturdy, durable, and ever-resilient companion, Chris, and the intervention of a creature, what appeared to be a knight growing into this more feral, reptilian, dragon-like monster, lashing out at everything it saw, joined the fray. However, in the chaos that it caused, Chris saw fit to grab who he could and run. And as Mastani hit the ground, he watched as Zafana grabbed her and chased after into the dark abyss of the sewers. So, turn that off. For most of you, there is silence. So, Icarus, Mastani, go ahead and make a death saving throw for me.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
6.
That's a failure. This could be it.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it for you.
17.
Success. 2 successes.
2 failures.
But for one party member,
Just gotta make it.
the death saving throws have already been made. And Gwyneth, as you feel your soul drift off into the ether, perhaps onto the next life, something tugs at you, almost as if you're being pulled underwater, and it burns. This grip, fiery and clawed. And as you're pulled farther and farther under this murk, losing the light that you once saw, you can hear voices, whispers, but one above all speaks up. You are the first to fall the way you have. How disappointing. That being said, I cannot have someone simply wither just yet. Gwyneth, was it?
Yes.
Tell me, Gwyneth, what were your last thoughts of?
My family, my friends, the fear. Mainly fear.
Does it make you angry, knowing that you disappeared, gone without a trace?
It makes me angry that all I've done is try, and I have failed consistently, and I know I am worth more, and I know I can do better, and I just haven't. It furies me that I have not been what my friends have been for me, for them, for my brothers, for my family. The family that I have and the family that I've made. So yes, it angers me.
You feel the presence let go, and as you sit there in the murk, you find footing in the darkness, and you watch as a slow, glowing flame begins to erupt before you, surrounding you in a ring. And there you see a figure, large, imposing, hidden within the flames. these massive horns that curl down, spiking upward, and these eyes, 6 of them, staring back at you.
What would you give to change your fate?
Everything.
I was disappointed that I could not fulfill my destiny, Gwyneth. We all have destinies. So, in the face of adversity, the choice is often give up, lie down, and be forgotten. Or it is fight against it. Fight against nature. Against what you're destined for. Do you believe you're destined to die in the sewers?
No.
Then let me make a proposition for you. A soul for a soul, if you will. Life for life. Make no mistake, I have no desire for yours, for I already have it. And if I wished, I could crush you into the dust with all the others who have fell to my plate. So, let me make an offer. For half an era I have been sealed within this blade. Stuck. Contained by contract. In chains of wrath I bide my time. Bound by blood to an ancient crime. Till the fallen crown meets its end. I shall not rest. I shall not bend. By Pact's decree, I strike with dread till I claim the traitor's head. This is my destiny, and I propose a deal. Help me fulfill this contract, my fate, my freedom, and in return, I will give you everything you need. The strength to tear down those who tore you to sunder. To save your family members and your friends. To prove yourself worthy of such compatriots, of such power. And you, too, can break free. What say you?
Who's so?
You see the figure now more agitated just at the thought of this person's creature.
Me too, dude. You know what? I understand. I get it.
He's what I was named for. Rain Ender. Something I have yet to accomplish, else I would be free by now. The killer of my master's people. Slayer of 10,000 cities. Levelers of the innocents. Last of the 12 scholars. The disciple of utopias. Harbinger of secrets, the immortal shades. He goes by many names. And yet, I hear his whispers. I know he is still out there. His death was but a falsehood. So, help me extinguish his flame. Help me bring an end to his eternal reign. Be my conduit. My will. Out in the field, and with my guiding hand strike him down. For what you do not realize is that we are allied against the same. What you seek to destroy ends with him. And only his death begins our freedom.
What happens if you go free?
I may finally return home. A pleasant thought, is it not?
Okay.
I see we are in much more agreement than I thought. Excellence.
And you watch as the hand reaches down to the flames, pulling out this molten blade that drips with the wet magma beneath it. And as he kind of flicks it to the side, he watches it hardens, cracked, almost shattered, but almost struggling to stay together, fighting, unrelenting. And he beckons you closer to the flame.
She moves closer to him.
You step forward.
Kneel.
Dang it!
Authority.
She kneels. Man! No,
I have authority issues.
You watch as the blade is flourished, spinning into the other hand, and you watch as the other hand passes over, and you watch as runes begin to glow bright on the blade. Familiar runes. You recognize the runes that ignited when Ejul died.
Then with this blade, we seal the pact. You will take this, and in return, we will end thousands of years of suffering on my part, and those who will profit from the death of the ever-living shadow.
And he hands the blade down. You take it?
Yeah.
You recognize the sword. The same that you died with. The same that led so many to you. Stand up.
I return you on borrowed time.
You can count on this.
Don't forget that.
Figure begins to turn back, walking into the flame.
Give and take, Gwyneth. I'm giving, so I expect you to take.
And your vision begins to
What's
die
your
with the fire.
name?
Tony!
No.
Like Tony's. But
Wow!
with that being said, your eyes almost shatter with the speed that they open. The wet sewer, the grime, the dirt, you feel it caked on your hands as you look around. There you see, lurking in the shadows of the sewer, coming around the corner, massive clawed hands, elongated, a sickly looking creature, wearing what appears to be plate mail that has been torn and shredded and manipulated, claws kind of almost pushing it further and further down the sewer towards you. don't quite recognize this creature. But you look to the side and see Chris unconscious on the ground next to you. Icarus and Nastani. Nastani with what appears to be a potion clutched in her hands. And as this creature gets slower and slower closing towards you, you see Zavana standing above Nastani's body. And he watches it. The wings kind of slowly drop down and you hear shh, 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 from behind. As you turn around, you see a robed figure, dark gray robes, this kind of matted, tangled beard. And you watch as one hand is raised and a few words are said. And you watch as the wounds on Nastani and Icarus slowly begin to close. And you watch as the hand is kind of raised towards the creature approaching. Slowly it comes to a stop. And you see the cloaked figure just raise one finger towards you. A smile. Unmistakable. Murtaz.
What a game.
And you watch as he stands in way of your view of the creature, casting a spell, and you hear the creature begin to shift, bones snapping, breaking, rearranging themselves before there's a heavy thud in the water beneath. You look up and see the kind of shattered plate mail, tarnished, blackened Deviri. She is exhausted, covered in wounds, and looks a bit deranged, but she kind of shakes out of it for a second and looks up as Icarus and Nastani, both of you, wake to see Murtaz and Deviri. And more importantly, Icarus, as you wake up, you see Gwen's eyes wide open, flicking back towards yours. Murtaz turns.
We must move. Can you all walk?
I'll try to stand.
I'm gonna try to stand.
Sore.
How much do we heal? Just up to 1?
I'd say you guys are back up to 1 hit point.
All of us?
You watch as Deviri kind of takes her arm and snaps it back into place, rolls her shoulders back, and kind of starts having to hunch over, look around, see Chris, and picks him up with one arm, and slowly begins to follow Murtaz through the sewer. Guess what?
I'm gonna
Yes.
follow. Also, I'm gonna go over to Gwen and help her up, and then just like kind of squeeze her hand.
As you go to help Gwen up, the blade clutched in her hand is cut deep into each of the fingers that it wrapped around. But for the first time, you loosen the grip and sheathe the blade at your side.
So I'm just gonna kind of hold her hand and tug her down the path with me.
I had a question. Do I have exhaustion?
No, you feel great,
Great.
despite your
Yeah.
wounds.
Okay.
That being said, as you follow Murtaz down, he takes a few sharp turns until eventually coming to a spot, looking around, huddling everybody closer, and you watch as he raises his hands, and you watch as the tunnels themselves begin to fold and collapse, sealing on themselves before flipping and rotating until nothing is left but a flat stone wall. You see as he kind of lets down the hood.
I'm gonna run up and just hug him.
Kind of hugs you to a sweet hug. He's exhausted.
Yeah. It's good to see you too.
Let's go.
We made it in time. Deviri was watching and we made it. That's all that matters. Are you alright? Is everybody alright?
Shockingly so. We can talk.
How are you?
Unless it's a good time. 18 minutes. Okay. let's just say I'm glad I took the sword.
You see Murtaz's eyes for a brief second flicker down the sword, and there's an unreadable expression that he makes for a split second. But it seems that he takes notice. Before kind of looking back, looking over the sewers that he's laid before him. Right, okay. We shouldn't dally too much. I folded the sewers. They collapsed on themselves, but I don't know if that will hold them. Or if they'll find another way. I'm not familiar with this locale.
We were headed to the well. Is
Well.
that the best course of action now?
We were going to be meeting our companions at the well, so we could escape through there.
The prison?
Yes.
Right. Connects to the
Underground.
the
Underdark.
Underdark. Yes.
Underdark.
Right.
Figured it would be the safest is probably a strong word, but a good option. Looking in the prison for the, people who they're trying to track down is probably one of the last places they would look.
Right. I have gone against what has been advised of protocol, but it seems that it was well timed. That being said, our immediate responsibility is to remove you from this situation, Miss Donnie.
I told them.
Told them. Then they will understand that we must leave.
I can't leave them.
It is not fortuitous we are discovered.
Isn't
Yes.
that the whole point of me doing? I can't just condemn them to something that they didn't do. When if I was,
Regardless, it is bigger than just
I know it's
them.
I know it's bigger, but I can't just leave them.
You must consider that this is the piece of a continent.
Martaz is right. The international implications are much more important than a injustice against a few individuals.
I was one of the individuals, though.
Right back in your home country.
I know what happens. It's just
You'd be safer.
I would be safer, but you guys wouldn't.
We're not safe anywhere we go, Miss Donnie.
I know that, but I'm part of the group. I'm part of the one who was.
Miss Donnie,
No, we're not saying you're
I can't
not.
just let y'all take the blame.
It doesn't matter if we do or
I'm
don't.
part of the blame.
no.
I can't.
You may be a part of this group, but you are part of a
Bigger picture.
much, much bigger picture. A very strenuous, politically tense group that the implication of you being involved or prosecuted in this assassination is too
There's-
great.
Yes.
There is a difference, Miss Donnie, between being rumored to have been there and being found out and found guilty of so. I'm not saying we are going home, but we are going to try and move you to a more secure location. Likely somewhere far overseas until this can be sorted out. It is the wisest thing to do, unfortunately.
Did the king order you to do that?
You know I wouldn't be the one to turn down your adventure, your Gamosta. I am not one to deny you of your birthright, but this is a circumstance we can't ignore.
not even that's my main issue. It just, I understand that there's a much bigger picture that I am a part of, but for me to be getting away from this scot-free whenever I was put as just as much blame as everyone else. I don't know. I mean,
would it be possible to take Nistani and Gwyneth and Chris together?
Why no?
Why not you?
No.
No.
Not
No.
All or nothing.
Main issue with that is that we would be harboring fugitives.
I mean, we saw what happened to the professor when he
We
stepped.
would still be harboring fugitives should we take Nistani. That is why we were going to take Nistani somewhere quiet. Across the seas for maybe a few years or so. It is better than the alternates of facing death and war, likely with our neighboring countries, or...
Icarus and I are the only two who are alive to say what actually happened, because we have these. I'm like pulling out the green amulet.
If you were to ignore this, you would be going against your father's wishes.
No.
And I don't want to be the one to explain to you the consequences for such a thing.
This assassination was an act of war. And while it's being pinned on our group, which represents almost the whole continent, the only ones that are actually responsible are from my own country, Lady Gardvia and my brother. It makes sense to me, if the rest of you are able to get out, that if blame has to be pinned on any of us, it would be on me.
Chris,
It
that's
doesn't
not an
feel
option.
right.
That is not an
The
option.
implications of war are too great to ignore. The way I see it, the options are either we all are blamed and a entire continental war is started, or only the responsible country is blamed.
There's still war.
There's still war, and
War
you,
is inevitable.
you will die
I'm aware.
immediately. That's not
That
an
doesn't
option.
matter.
Yes, it does.
And you have no guarantee that they won't go after us after they've gotten you.
Besides, Elric saw all of us.
Cortez kind of looks back at Demirian.
He's still alive.
Elric is?
Yes. I did not kill him.
Elric saw all of us. I may have accidentally killed one of his men. In self-defense.
Sorry,
One or six. Who's keeping
Minor details.
Round down to the nearest one.
Yeah, they were just CD cards.
It's just a
Just
little
families.
fun little accident.
They were just everymen.
As callous as it feels to say, our own lives don't matter compared to
War, yes.
war.
I'm aware, trust
If-
me, I'm aware.
If we can get the rest of you out, and I alone am blamed,
I feel that I should speak up. I am only here to help Nistani. I'm sorry. I cannot help the rest of you.
It's fine.
Helping you would damn our country should they find out further. This conversation alone is
So
high
you want to
risk.
take me whether I say yes or no?
You know I'd never force you, but I would hope that you would see
I...
the importance of what this is, that I don't think you're ready to deal with this sort of situation. Who is?
No one, that's the whole thing. No matter how old or young I am, no one is ever prepared for it. But that's why I'm doing this, is so I can try and make a difference. If I can help stop one, even I don't want to go away for years when these people are going to get blamed.
I have a question. What is Nikolaus doing?
Nikolaus was not.
He wasn't
In the
there.
city.
not in the city. He's innocent. I would rather he stay put.
Ares and Zinhut have already moved them to Ralkamvar.
To the point, Nastani. The implications of a retired war veteran, a desert peasant, gesturing to Chris, and a
Unconscious end of yours arms.
and at best a mercenary from the jungle, are all much less significant than a princess.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
I'm pretty cool.
I think I'm
special.
I bet you do. This one said I'm cool.
No.
It's not your fault, but the position you are in is a much more dramatic one because of who you are.
I know.
It's not going to be horrible.
I
We
know
have
it.
some wonderful friends in Voshan who have a keep and everything, and they'd love to take you in for a few years.
Off topic, but was the cup stacking ever even real?
Are you asking Murtas?
No, wait, no,
Yeah.
no.
Of course it was. I just hope you understand this is a difficult position in which I must drop my more aloof demeanor for a more practical.
I just had to make sure. I had to make sure something was real.
Something had to be real from you guys. Estonia, as much as I would miss you dearly, I think they're right. And she starts tearing up. Gwen is upset.
I feel like even if I do go away for a few years, they'll still find a way to pin the blame. And there will still be a war involving our country.
Well, there's a chance we could spare our country from the war.
Why do we have to spare ours when there's others that are suffering? That's the whole point of why I came out here, so that wouldn't happen.
I understand your frustration, but there are difficult choices,
How
and if you
can
had
I-
to pick between your people, at least some inkling of safety.
Yes, of course I want my people to be safe.
Then
It's better some than none.
there are hard choices, and while we are not here to force you to come with us, not doing so would be going against the king's orders directly. And there would be discussion of forfeit. There would be no more help. We would... it would be very difficult for us. And especially for you.
I have a question for her, the DM.
Sure.
If she spoke to me in my head, would they be able to hear it?
You're not sure.
Okay,
They're
that's okay.
Deviri probably not, but Murtas.
Yeah, I know.
seems
Murtas is
to-
who I'm worried about.
Seem to have a bit of
It's
a
kinda
affinity for
arcane.
magic.
Yeah. Can I make an insight check?
Can he hear me though?
Say it's more or something
No,
you have
no.
to do and
Can
myth
find
bust.
Did he giggle?
If you need a minute to talk amongst your friends,
This just it feels like running away.
that's not always the worst choice. Sometimes running away means survival. Sometimes letting others be and staying out of it is the way that your people thrive. And has been how they've thrived for millennia.
Whether I go with you or not, you and I both know I would not be winning the bigger race anyway, based off of my choices previously.
There's no talk of race right now.
I
but
know there's no talk of race right now. I'm just saying, what's...
I am going to go and scout out some tunnels up ahead with Deveri. We will be back in a little bit.
Watch as Martez puts over the hood again and just wide eyes. Not a side you've ever seen of him, probably.
Have I seen this side of him before?
Not in a long time.
40 years to be exact.
But as they head off into the darkness, it is the three of you at the end of the tunnel. Chris sitting in the sewer water, snoring.
Okay. I grab Chris by his collar and pull him up so he's sitting up, not breathing in water. Nistani, this was a thought. Don't know if it's a good one. What if you went with them and we came for you?
This isn't just me going to my country where we know there's like an entrance to. This is... He's talking about sending me to another continent. The beach, I think. I don't know. He said a keep.
They could have pina coladas.
Or goat cheese.
Oh wait, I forgot you don't drink virgin pina coladas. Tina coladas.
My apple juice. I don't know.
Here's what I'll say. I am with you no matter what you pick, whatever you choose. You have my vote, you have my support, I will do everything in my power to protect you and to be there. I don't think your uncle, if it's your uncle, family friend, is correct, and Icarus is correct. Not going on his own. That's not your
Bad
I'm not correct
idea.
about that.
Have you seen any of those murder mystery plays? That's whenever they separate, one of them always dies.
But you're an adult, and you're strong, and I'm not going to tell you one way or another. If you need advice, I'll give you my opinion, but what was that?
No. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
It's my cup.
There's something else.
I'm standing in the distance.
The frogs!
No! Gwen.
I wish I wasn't a princess. Chris, are you there? Do you hear me?
Wrong one.
So I was gonna get professional princess lessons.
See, all those jokes about me giving a princess lessons. That's my inside joke that no one gets. No.
Well, now the cat's out of the bag. If there ever was a cat.
It's a dragon. It's not even a cat. I don't know what to do. It just goes against everything that I've learned. And I mean, well, not everything I've learned, because I've learned about my country, which is an isolationist country, so I mean, that doesn't quite go.
I would hope you'd know a little bit about your country. You did live there.
Let me put it this way. The morals that I have come up with over the years and years of reading and studying and just learning.
What's at risk of you staying? Like, what, he mentioned your father. What does that mean?
So, I mentioned it briefly, but the Gamotsta is a tradition in Oxar where if there's more than one heir who's, for the throne or whatever, they have to compete to see who is the strongest leader to gain the throne. And that's what me and Nicklaus are doing, is seeing who would be better for the throne. So it would be forfeit. I wouldn't be in line for the throne anymore. He would just automatically get it. I wouldn't be able to communicate with Murtaz or Ares. I don't even think I'd be able to communicate with my father. And I mean, I think on a very extreme end, it might even be disownment. So, who knows? That's on a very strong end.
Gwen is the wrong person to say anything about this, because
And also staying would...
she'd be like, go! Get disowned!
It would also mean that me staying would probably mean that there would be a wall between Cross, Oxar, and Cilicia, instead of just the two. Because it's not just a citizen, it is the,
What do you gain by staying with us?
friends.
You'll always have friends. You'll always have loyalty with us, whether you choose to go or stay.
It just doesn't feel like the right thing to leave when I am just as to blame for everything.
Are you?
We all made decisions, whether they were smart or dumb ones. It doesn't feel right to push it away, because then history will write itself around that, and then, I mean, history is written by the winners. And history is going to be written in a way that is going to betray me as the angel princess of Oxar, or whatever they want to write me as, and then the criminals who took out the king of Frost when I was standing on that balcony with you. They're going to write me as having a virgin pina colada on a beach. I don't want to be written as just some standby person when I was there and I watched it happen and know I could have done something. That's
couldn't
my...
have.
Do something to fix it. That's my whole point of why I'm doing this.
The way that you fix it is you go with Murtaz and Deviri, you regroup, and you come back from a position of strength. Staying on the run, pushed back on your heels, constantly looking over your shoulder can't accomplish anything.
I'm just going to be going from one golden cage to the next if I do that. Whether I go back to my home country where I can't leave the castle, can't leave the town, or I'm going to wherever that beach shack is, I don't know.
I think it was ever said a beach.
I know, I was like,
There's a lot of assumptions about a beach. God, it's just gorgeous. It's a keep, like a castle.
Logic aside, politics, war aside, what do you feel is your calling?
That's what this whole thing was me to figure out, is what my calling is. To actually...
1, 2, 3, what's your answer? Instinct.
Instinct. Unity. Unity. I wanted to gain more unity instead of being a separated front. I wanted to be able to blend, communities and, actually come up with solutions that help instead of just always protecting. Because, I mean, yes, if you cut off an entire country, you're keeping your people safe, but you're letting nothing come in, but you're not letting anything go out. There's so much that we could share that could fix so many problems. I don't know. Nicklaus is right.
About?
A lot of things. He is, 2 minutes older than I am. I mean, who's counting?
Sounds like you are. Nicholas is not right.
I still see war as inevitable. Guardvia knows what she's doing. and has been planning this, no doubt, for decades at least.
Maybe 4.
If your goal is unity, the way I look at it is your options are either pulling back, a war between Ross and Cilicia begins, and maybe Arkansas can come in as a mediator and put a stop to it. Or you can be incriminated with the rest of us, and there's a 3-way war where Arkansas can do nothing as a voice of peace.
Are we so sure that Arkansas would even be brought into the war itself?
If the princess is incriminated in the assassination of the King of Ross, there is no doubt.
Because it would be seen as Oxon trying to take over the country for us.
And this is from the view of civilian, not a war hero, not...
No, please, I love
I'm no war hero.
You're a war
You're
hero.
a hero to me!
You're my hero!
We don't know what the Icarus lore
You
yet.
don't know.
He's a war villain.
I went by the code name Solid Snake. We fought for freedom.
No, we did not.
Alright. I see a third option, which might not truly be viable, but there's a part of me that says we all fight this, and we all come out of this, and we tell the truth, and we tell the people what we know, and end fighting altogether. And truly, I think if you stayed, yes, you're risking disownment and all of these other, what I assume are horrible things. But at the same time, in the end, the bigger picture, you would be bringing people together, and you would be doing more for the whole of the continent, or the world, than just your country. But I don't know if that's me blind optimism or what.
I remember when I could believe something like that. In my experience, truth and right stands no chance against calculated, planned evil.
So what, we just let her win?
No, but we can't give her what she wants. And what she wants is to incriminate all of us.
Well, don't know how we're gonna go about avoiding that, considering the position we're in.
If we can at least get the princess out.
Hold on, we have to go through the Bible.
I would say at this point, those of you with an amulet feel a tugging in the back of your minds.
I hate to admit.
That's all 3 of us.
Yeah. Oh wait, really? All 3? I can hear too?
Let's say
Alright,
you have a
cool.
green amulet, yeah?
But I have been eavesdropping for some time.
Rude.
Understandably. Yes. However, you are playing quite the game of chess, are you not?
Yes.
I offer a new move on the board. An alternate choice. find us. Let us talk in person.
Oh, we're already trying to do that.
All of you, Miss Donny. This is a game that Praeris has been playing for decades. Every move calculated. But there are gaps. I believe. We are all gaps. There are things out of her control, and there are things that she did not quite see coming. Blindsided. Surprising her. I know this person a lot more than, say, most of you. But those who do know her likely know her for her cruelty, for her decisive victories, and what comes after. I do not wish to keep eavesdropping, or really keep any of this up. I don't want to beg, but I am going to make an offer. You are looking to be pinned for the crimes, most likely. This would bring Arkzar into the fold. This would bring the people of Hross likely a civil war. Those you've worked with, those from Voshan, those from Mizumi, will also likely be pulled in somehow. They have the power to control the story, the narrative. The advisory is law. But I wish to change that. And with your help, with the information you have gleaned from the misplaced ruins, from your encounters with your brother, with your mentors, I believe we can probably figure out her next move. And we can put an end to it and cut the serpent off at the head.
That's why we have to come for them to die.
Yes, Quinn. Yes, it is. But, by all means, go your separate ways.
I don't want to go separate
Your voice cuts off. You don't feel the presence of Keysphere there anymore.
Because that's just the thing, is that obviously every single part of our journey has been calculated. Us as a group has been calculated. Maybe minus you, you're probably the variable they didn't expect to happen. But but at least our starting crew was something that your brother orchestrated to happen. He most likely knew who I was from the start and orchestrated for me to be part of the group, wanting Arkzar to be in the fray. So whether I leave or not, we're still going to be brought into the fray.
Okay, then you stay.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I just need to do it without a way of being disowned. There has to be another variable that is not going to...
Love you, princess, but sometimes the world throws you hard choices. Welcome to the world.
That's live.
That's life.
Listen, we are family.
So, how do we keep you from being disowned?
What?
How do we keep you from being disowned? Gwyneth, kidnapper.
I would be the likely candidate for that.
That's clever.
I don't
That
want
is
Tiberi
actually-
to come for me.
That's very clever.
Because the thing is that I've been told that the mind is one of the most powerful weapons you can have. The mind and the tongue are two of the most powerful weapons you can have.
There's a whistle coming from Chris's ear.
Whistle.
I don't know, those two crossbows that we made that I never really got to use were pretty nice, but keep going.
I mean, if Elrond was
I
yours,
like my handy-dandy sword.
those were pretty nice. I just mean that the knowledge that we have, and obviously the knowledge that Praeris has used to her advantage, but the knowledge that we have could help so much. If
Maybe
there
we
was
check if Herb had a DVR.
Was had it recorded.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is Herb can't record stop time, so it's more incriminating.
That's true.
It's on
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah. Never mind.
Blockbuster.
in theaters near you.
Anyways.
We could go the kidnapping route. You're right.
Why have to be the one to do it?
Because I can't carry her, and Chris is unconscious.
Said I could carry her.
And then there's Zafan in the corner. Zafan's the only one who can carry me.
Fine, Gertie.
I can carry you. Maybe. Is that...
Can we wake Chris up and make
Is
him do it?
Deviri gonna come after me?
I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
wonderful.
I forgot to mention, she is the war general,
Uh-huh.
and Murtaz was the previous war general. So.
Warriors got murked by mistake.
So yeah, yeah. There
Isn't
is
it
that.
better
Oh,
to
Chris!
have Deviri and Murtaz chasing us than for them to never talk to us again?
That is fair.
I would not like to be hunted by Oxar's war general. That. Okay.
Alright, you make a good point. Don't want to be hunted by Arx's war general. Bye, Nastani. Have fun with your family.
No. I pick Nastani up and throw her over my shoulder.
You're strong. Where
Wow.
did you get this strength?
You guys take a closer look at Gwen. She's does look different.
Why
I
is
did a
that?
couple push-ups in my death.
Icarus starts to preen.
Yeah.
We needed that humor. I needed that laugh.
I will explain my circumstances later when we're in a safer environment. But
I watched you die.
I know.
Yeah, what did happen? We'll get to that later. That's not really a
That's
conversation.
what I'm
about it.
trying to get at. I'm alive and well, and have
Technically, we're not all well.
well. I don't know if well is.
We're live.
Yes,
We'll keep it
we're
at that.
live.
Just
We
cut off
are
there.
all well.
Yes. But I can pick you up. And I can kidnap you. If anybody's gonna have, I'll just add to my criminal record.
I mean, you stole mashed potatoes. Might as well throw.
I.
Stole a princess on the list of things you've stolen.
Okay, but I would
We're equating
like to
Nastani
argue
to
that
mashed potatoes.
I equated myself
About
to
the
mashed
same.
potatoes. 'Cause at
The
this
mashed
point, that is my
potatoes are
word.
low on the totem pole of things that I have stolen. A princess.
Listen,
They are up there.
my worth right now is probably equal to mashed potatoes. Maybe like the
Don't
ones with
say that
cheese
about
on them.
yourself.
Okay, we need to have a conversation about self-worth.
Yes.
Not at this moment.
Not at this
please.
In
moment.
the sewer while being actively hunted.
Exactly. I'm really not. Oh,
Okay,
Kidnapping
so
route,
before
discernment. What are we doing?
before any rash decisions,
you have a rash?
Yo, we cannot get through a tense conversation. None of us.
Okay.
Anyways,
Alright.
before we make any rash decisions,
let's say if you did throw Nastani over your shoulder, then where do we go?
Yeah, they already collapsed.
the way Murtaz and Deviri blocked.
The only other. We're gonna take her with us.
Can I make a perception check? Oh no.
Go ahead. What are you looking for?
I was gonna look for any other pathways.
Sure.
But also I kinda wanna look for Deviri and
Sure.
Murtaz are on their way back.
Wait, I had like that compass or something, right? From last time,
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
I guess. Someone gave me their compass and I was using it,
It
to
was-
try and
Oh,
find
you
the
got-
well.
You got.
Yeah.
And then I have the Underdark.
It's the
compass.
Underdark.
Right.
9.
9. As you go to check around the corner where you saw Murtaz and Deviri left, almost suddenly, a jump scare as they are standing right there.
Hello.
Murtaz peeks around the corner. Not sure if he heard what you guys were talking about, but you see Deviri just looming over his shoulder.
Hi
Currently,
Deviri.
his menacing shadow.
Mertez kind of cuts between the two of you.
We have found the way to the well, if you would like to. Come with us. To the well, right.
So,
We still need to get out of the city. We will discuss the parting once we
Get out of the
safely
city.
get out of the city.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, we were just talking about going to the well. That's the well.
Technically, we were already planning.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I would
that
say
was-
Step on her foot.
That was what we were going to do.
Unfortunately, it does feel like there are daggers in your back. As Deviri holds up the rear end of the
Deviri.
group.
I'm
She
sorry.
is silent.
I'm sorry.
Keeps going.
Let's go.
She didn't even hug me.
Are we taking Chris with us still?
Yes.
Just
I'm gonna tell Sophana to scutter to her my mind palace.
Okay. He returns upon to the Mind Palace. But that being said, you guys follow Mertaz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Any deviation or conversation you want to have on the way there? Or just quiet march?
I don't have anything to say. Shocking.
you have a lot to say, but we'll get out of the city first.
The mind is too busy to say what it needs to say.
Say what you wanna say.
So.
Actually, can I do something?
So I wasn't kidding about the princess lessons. I can totally give those.
Sorry, I don't have any books to balance over my head.
Surprisingly, I never did any of that.
Elvis is a lie.
I did do balance beams though.
Alright. Keep walking.
Listen, if I'm stuck in a castle for 121 years, I might as well have something nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, when I pick a hobby, when I like to steal from people, it's wrong. It's immoral.
Balance beam's immoral?
No, I said when I pick a hobby and I steal from people.
I imagine it's like so. Deviri's in the back holding Chris, and I mentioned it's like them two, and then Icarus and Mertaz, and I want to just kind of like owl turn back and just look at her, and then just turn back and keep going.
I'm just saying.
Preface, that was a joke.
So, eventually,
A joke?
Yeah, it was a joke, my bad.
Eventually, Mertaz comes to a stop and looks up, kind of takes his hand and begins to trace it atop the ceiling, and you watch as slowly the rock begins to slide down, almost falling down, kind of like a slinky, until it slowly lowers, and it's this very subtle ramp leading up back to the
Hey, remember
surface.
the last time when we were in like this little tunnel underground, and the ceiling started to slide down and collapse in?
And Mertaz heads up
I
as he
will
kind of looks about.
I will follow Mertaz.
Gestures for you guys to come, and as he begins to look about, you see that you are kind of out within likely the outer layer of the city. It is dark alleys, but you hear footsteps, you hear torches, carriages, people on heavy patrol. There are a few out of place things here, though. As you stand just beneath the prison, you notice that there are not any guards around here. Either perhaps they were called to go on patrol, or for some other reason, perhaps down in the sewer. That being said, I would say you guys can make a perception check.
The 21.
21?
16.
16?
24.
Okay, sweet. I would say, Icarus, you spot them. Just up on the roof side, the kind of darker in the shadow of the moon, you see those golden eyes, cat-like, staring down at your group.
by this point you recognize them as Fourrunners. They have been waiting, but it seems that they've been waiting just long enough to stick around for a bit.
Just
As Murtaz kind of looks up, notices you noticing it.
Right, so this is the part where we are going to split up for a bit. We're going to meet you outside the city. We'll come find you. But I don't think it's wise to move a large group through the prison. So, Deviri and I will go back in the way we came out, and we will try and meet you wherever you pop up. Please do.
on the fleeting chance, any.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
How long are you gonna look at the camera? We'll keep going.
This video's already copyright claimed.
We can do whatever we want now.
Parody. Cover.
Cover.
Any signs of Silas?
He's in the well.
I thought we were in the well.
Or we're in
We're
You guys
the
are outside of
inside
the well
well.
right now. You probably have to go a bit further in.
We could probably take his stuff for him if we find where they keep the things.
Sorry, I'm not speaking loud enough for the mics. We find Silas's things.
Suddenly, guards are rushing to our location.
Who's that? Find him with a gun.
Herb with a gun.
No.
It's like you say that like as a joke, but that's really how Act 1 ended.
That is how that. She had a, yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Some knives. Anyway, so.
What
Yes.
if I snuck into the well to find Silas and or his stuff?
We're
and
all
came back?
sneaking into the well. That was the whole point of us coming here. We're going through the wells to the Underdark to come back up out of the city.
Oh.
That was the
Okay.
whole point.
Chris
I did not understand this plan.
Chris
You know?
Chris mentioned before that when he was there. Oh wait, he's here. Chris.
Just on the floor, Peter Griffin dead.
Okay, all right, Chris.
He's conscious at this point. He's choosing to.
Yeah.
You heard Wink can carry people?
Oh wait, is Deviri taking him or?
No, it's
No.
just Murtaz and
No,
Deviri.
Devere
I didn't
dropped
think
him
so.
probably next to you.
Yeah.
Being arguably the most strong out of the group.
Yeah. Okay. So oh man, but if I pick him up, then I won't be able to do cool stuff.
You drop him before you do the cool stuff.
Okay.
Or you let Laura do it.
Laura.
Pick him up. That is.
Dolores can't pick up Chris.
Laura's not gonna pick
That's not how that works.
Okay, but all of the Valoras.
Hoist him up like a champion.
Anyways,
Sacrifice.
Crowd surfing on the
Chris.
fleet.
Chris mentioned, and I'm only saying this way because I don't think we'll get any more information out of him, mentioned there being 2 guards at the front and none inside. So I think maybe we need someone to scope it out and make sure that that's the case, and then maybe knock the guards out or other methods.
Okay.
What's everybody's passive?
Passive.
Perception?
Yep.
18.
15.
Ooh, 13.
13? Okay. Let me see.
Oh, fun.
What? Not even with an 18?
No. Fortunately, that.
Okay.
Question, is Valor and them just like chilling on top of the building, just
You
watching
look
us
back
out?
up. Dolores not there anymore.
Oh man.
Nice.
But you do hear a voice behind you.
It took you damn long enough.
Oh my god. Hello, Laura.
Terribly sorry.
Ran into
Gwen died.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Anyways,
Ran into a problem.
And it took you an extra hour.
We fixed it. That's it. We're here now. We gotta get in there.
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you very. It was. You didn't have to, and you did, and I thank you very much for it.
It's okay. But I would like to get moving. We've cleared out most of the prison by now.
Wonderful.
Laura kind of just turns your head and points up at the roof and
as you kind of stare a bit harder, there you see, along the kind of spikes and the rivets and the small divots here and there within the architecture, you see rope. And like lines of fish,
Oh God.
guards hanging just in the dark shadow of the moonlight.
Like hanging or
Like
by their
by their
feet?
legs.
Okay.
Okay.
I was
They
like,
don't seem to be
God.
dead, but some of them are severely bruised and beaten.
Some of them probably wish they were.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
She kind of, they're not dead.
Okay.
I figured. So,
Okay. Yeah. What?
Icarus again starts preening.
I had an hour to kill, so
well,
I
An
didn't.
hour and
But
a
you
lot of
did
guards.
actually kill.
so
Yet. Okay.
I'm gonna talk my mind because I'm kind of scared to talk out loud to Valor right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk to Icarus. So, do you think if we find where they keep like the belongings of prisoners, we probably get better weapons?
Fire sword wasn't.
I'm not
The
talking
murder
about
weapon was
pretty lit.
not. Yeah.
Gwen has a lightsaber.
Went away. Pretty cool.
It's a
Anyways.
sword made out of light.
No, I'm aware. I just,
Copyright. Parody. Anyways.
anyway,
Okay. Finding the prisoner stuff. I'm sorry,
So,
I interrupted.
I'm not.
Valor has
talking
already
to-
started moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
I-
moving in. I'm.
Follow.
The puffball bird.
I push Icarus forward next to Melora.
Alright, so you guys keeping pace?
Yes.
Laura kind of looks about, almost blending in with the moonlight as she moves towards the entrance of the
I
well.
can do that too.
What do you get?
21.
Okay. Yeah, you do pretty well as well. Make a stealth checks.
Oh, stealth. I didn't know what we were rolling. I thought we were making bridge checks.
I was
for
gonna-
the Rizzler.
Gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on.
You get it.
Yeah.
They
we
can get
already
for their
rolled.
next roll.
Okay, yeah. So me and everyone else are traveling with.
Sure.
So
They've already rolled.
I'm just.
I mean, it's fine. I got a
It's fine. I didn't need it anyway.
17 plus 5.
22.
Thank you. 22.
29.
Who needs a real calculator when you have Ethan?
There you All right, and is it safe to assume when you're dragging Chris?
Oh yeah, I picked him up, put him over my shoulder.
All right, sweet. So, that being said,
Forgot about it. Had to go back.
Oh man.
So, Laura kind of holds open these massive kind of iron grated gates and just kind of slowly pushes them open, slipping in and kind of holding them open for you guys before closing them and then kind of taking a key, clicking, and then snapping it on the outside.
Smart.
She's so smart.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Listen to her.
But the Lord continues sneaking down the hallway, and eventually this hallway starts from a very wide standpoint to a very narrow, twisting and winding pathway as you pass by cells. Very much holding cells, nothing too serious with benches and beds and that sort of thing. No prisoners. And eventually pass by several keeps, rooms, which you recognize as a barracks, all devoid of people.
Are there any places that might have evidence that we could?
Make an investigation check.
Can I help?
Sure,
So with advantage.
if you want to.
Mm.
Eight.
18. Sorry.
I believe it.
I was like, wow, yeah. Okay, 18, yeah.
I was like, I mean, her investigation can't be worse than mine. It is.
Oh, she's
being
lucky
said-
with the 19.
Looking about, you kind of are passing different rooms, different sorts of cobbled hallways, and different sorts of barracks, but eventually you stop, noticing this very kind of larger one that's more over towards the front, so you catch it pretty early. What appears to be an office of sorts. You see a desk, some papers, parchment, quills, and ink. Looking inside, there's some chairs toppled over. There's a bit of blood smattered on the wall. As you kind of stop, Laura kind of looks back. What? You head inside. There are these 2 large locked rooms with iron kind of grated doors. And as you kind of take a peek inside, looking through, they appear to have a bunch of just random junk and items inside.
Do I see Silas's stuff?
Make a perception check.
Can Gwen rifle through and try to find some coin?
The doors are locked.
Oh, okay.
So,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20. As you look through the 2 kind of barred doors, you go to the first one, the closest to the door you entered. Looking about, there's all sorts of weird items. There's jars with strange green liquids in it. There's these
Dirt.
jar of dirt. There's what appears to be some plant-based weaponry. There's all these strange bits and pieces, and kind of you graze through it and moving on. And then it catches your eye. The very back, kind of hanged up on one of the shelves, a holster with a very beautiful pearlescent handle.
Dibs.
That's
Silas's!
We may not even find Silas.
Which means we can have it!
We can open the door.
Okay.
I have thieves' tools.
That you do. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check, and if you're
That's
proficient,
our rogue!
you can add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah. No.
No.
That one. That
Oh.
one. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You, bink, jams it, breaks the pick off. It's been a while.
I have more thieves' tools.
Well, unfortunately, the current pick is trapped inside. And you look back over your shoulder and just see Valor. It's just like, what are we doing?
Can I just break
You know
the handle?
Silas.
You can certainly try. Make a strength check.
Silas has a nice gun. If we don't find him, we can at least use it.
Well, we can't get to it.
More defense.
Valora, considering
Strength check?
Yeah, just check.
none of us use any guns, if we don't find Silas, that gun is yours.
It's a nice gun.
It's a pretty sturdy handle. There's a good lock on it. It's kind of jiggling a little bit, and it's like jiggle a little more.
I say we use Chris as a battering ram.
You know what? I'd order it.
Who has dimension door?
Funny story.
So
Laura looks at the. What are you looking for?
That holster and gun in the back.
Watches. She pops one of the clones on one side, switches, walks over, picks it up. Anything else?
Is there anything else cool in there?
Picks up this large hat. Stupid hat?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a nice
Is there like a nice rapier in there?
any good armor,
She kind of looks.
potions.
She pops back, hands you the hat, holsters,
Putting him in my bag of holding.
and switches back. And so, what are you guys asking for?
Just, I mean, honestly, just extra weapons. So if there's any rapiers, short swords, bows.
Laura takes a minute or two, just picking some stuff off the shelf.
I'm just gonna hold
Toss
the
back
bag
over.
open. Just.
Takes a couple like bloody, rusted daggers, tosses them in the sack. Finds some tattered scale mail and just kind of like holds it up to Icarus, about 3 times the size. Tosses it in the sack. Goes back in, just kind of like, what are you? What?
That's it. I mean, it's fine. Just, I like more defense. More defense. I'm done. Okay.
Great. So she pops back. You done?
Thank you. Yes, let's
Thank you. I'm gonna hand her a bottle. Some of the poison that Nat gave me.
Is it a vial of poison? Or is it an empty bottle?
It's a vial
Okay. So.
of poison.
Okay. She takes it and looks at it. What's this?
Shiny.
It's kind of all I have. I just appreciate your help. It's poison.
Might be useful.
Thank you. She kind of just tucks it into the belt and just kind of Money would be better next time. And steps away.
I have that.
I don't really care.
Let's just go find Silas and other ways.
And a way out.
So as she continues, there's this kind of busted iron grate door once again. She kind of just flings it open to the side. Not enough to make a noise, but haphazardly. And there you see what appears to be a wooden platform held up by these large chains. Well, one way down.
Lovely.
Once I break the chain, there's no going back.
Well, we would have probably ended up here one way or the other, so.
Thank you for your help, Palua.
Don't blame me yet. We haven't made it out.
Yeah, well. That's how the point
Yeah.
goes.
Was there never any sign of Silas himself?
Just,
If you'd like to look for Silas, you can.
I'm keeping an active eye out for him, yes.
I also have dark vision. Putting it out there.
I'm.
Obligatory dark vision.
Just gotta let him know.
Okay, so you said you're actively looking for him?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I wanted to find him too.
Go
I wanted to
Yes.
look for him.
Complaining works,
Go for
guys.
it. Everybody can roll for Silas.
Roll for Silas.
Roll for Silas.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I got 10.
17.
What'd you get?
23.
23.
Well, good for you.
So, you guys take a minute. Laura kind of waiting at the lift. You guys stop. Wait. Where's Silas? As if he was there all along. And take a second to go look for him, yeah? So, passing through the prison, through some of the more unexplored areas, there you see that there are prisoners sleeping. Most of them kind of...
Can I communicate with Valor what we're doing before we leave?
You may. You may do that. And she... just make it fast.
Okay, carry on.
I'm gonna leave him here with you.
He watches the elevator kind of shakes a bit with his weight. But yeah, so you guys kind of take separate hallways going through different sections here and there. But I would say a good 20 minutes into this investigation, Icarus, as you've looked through cell after cell after cell, some of them kind of noticing the prisoners noticing what's going on, some of them not sure.
I'm a guard. I don't actually say that.
However, none of them seem to raise any alarm, seeing as you are all now armed. And Nastani is walking around with 2 guns. But
Obviously, I don't know how to use
it feels good. It feels powered.
Just.
She's holding the wrong end.
Battery
Oh.
ran.
Tries to shoot it through your bow.
Think the bullets.
Yeah. But it is Icarus after about 20 or 30 minutes or so.
I thought you were saying 20 years.
20 years or so, discover what appears to be a cell with a few individuals just kind of hanging from a large grate. As you kind of look down, you can kind of make out the very rough outline of kind of greasy, kind of longish hair.
That's it.
Grab him.
Tattered face, bruised and beaten, just hanging from shackles, with several other prisoners that seem to
Man,
be
I wish
just...
I had some salad tongs right now.
They're pretty far down there. They're a good 30 feet, just hanging.
Can you? We're not.
How much
cool.
space is there?
I mean, it's a pretty big room. So, I
Like-
mean, it's like a 30-foot diameter room.
30-foot diameter.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're looking to get down in there, you can certainly try. However, there's a lock over the grate on top.
So keep-
I have thieves' tools.
You can try. Make a sleight of hand check.
Come on, guys.
If I were
Maybe
to help
he's
him
too-
anyway, can that?
You guys
think we're in different
you're all in
directions.
different areas.
Maybe I'm 0 for 2 on my last 2 attempts,
Say-
but
You got a 17. Nastani's slightly closer to this. What is
Gwen
about to
is
happen?
like-
Gwen is on the other wing.
I'm looking down the
From
elevator.
the cafeteria.
She got bored and went back.
It's someone's birthday and there's a whole cake.
Take it.
Somebody forgot my birthday.
We didn't forget.
Alright.
didn't we say something right? Didn't we? Did I not?
It's okay.
That's on you. It's okay.
It's
I
on
had
you.
it written down.
Make
Okay,
this
sleight
real
of
good
chance.
and I'll forgive you.
I got her
Sleight of
birthday.
hand.
Sleight of chance plus
Your thieves' tool proficiency, which should just if you're proficient.
14.
Better than a
That
1.
is way better than 1. It's a pretty old, dilapidated lock that you have to climb up to get to. So it's
He can fly.
pretty well. He's on top of it. It's like a sewer well
Yeah.
almost, a cistern that they're just kind of dangling in. I mean, it's not that complicated, but taking him a few minutes and click,
You're
hatch
forgiven.
pops down.
That was my birthday.
And you kind of peer in. You see the 6 or 7 prisoners that are hanging down there, namely Silas.
They're all named Silas? How do we know which one's
How do we know which one is
Real one.
ours?
Silas! No, not you!
The other one.
One of them's the thing. Good luck. That being said, so I'd say by the time you're done picking the lock, Nastani, you kind of see Icarus fidgeting on the floor.
He's spazzing.
You can literally think to me.
Womp, womp, womp.
So how do we get him out? Do we just like...
You guys pulling him up or going down there or what?
I'm not good at that game.
He's what? He's hanging by his wrists?
Yeah, hanging by a wrist, kind of like there's an iron bar connecting them. They're just dangling from it.
I mean, you could always fly down there and like help pull him up while I pull from here.
Ding, ding, ding. They solved the riddle. I didn't even have to metagame, guys.
I was getting there.
Just notes for the whole Mission Impossible. Like,
How about this? Is there a loose chain there?
yes.
So we'll chain me in. You'll lower me down.
You can fly.
Which one of you is stronger?
Okay, yeah, we'll do what Reagan didn't say.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you just flying down there, or
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I
And
guess.
then I'm gonna be
Drop
pulling
down.
the correct chains up.
everybody down here seems to be dehydrated and in some form of torture here. But you recognize Silas and see that he's got the cuffs on.
I immediately, before lifting him, I'm gonna give Silas a drink, and then realize with horror that it's the other poison bottle.
And he dies.
No! Finally,
Are you-
Will's been able to kill all the
Um,
NPCs
I will
and been
make
dragged
sure
along
that
the
it's
way.
not poison, but a water skin.
You pour the water skin in.
Shut up.
What?
Nastani came to rescue you.
Where?
She's up top. I'll take you to her.
Okay, so you're flying him up.
Sure.
Grab the bar and just take him up.
Yeah.
Sure. As you do, fly up to the top, and drop Silas kind of on the top of the grate and kind of falls down over to his side.
I'm gonna help steady him.
Yeah. He's looking pretty rough.
So are we.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
that's
come
true.
back with a corn dog from the cafeteria.
Yeah, that's true. Gwen at this
Wait,
point.
so he's still chained, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just pulled him up and out.
Yeah.
I have thieves' tools.
Okay, go for it.
Is there anything I can do to help him?
I mean, are you proficient with thieves' tool?
No, I'm not proficient. I just don't know if I...
You must bear this weight alone.
If you can't do it, I'll snap his chain.
It was almost good, but it's 11.
11. I mean, yeah, they're pretty dinky.
Okay.
From a very hard to escape prison cell, so it takes a minute or two, but they're fairly simple. You flip the latch, they pop off.
I'm going to cast first level cure wounds on Silas.
Okay. He was very much unconscious and kind of just rummaging, but after you cast, kind
10 points.
of 10 points. Okay, that's
Man,
fine.
that's 10 times my health.
I would ask if you're okay, but I kind of see you're not.
I scoop him up.
Sure.
I was.
We need
doing
to
that.
move.
I just.
Are you taking it from the start?
Yours
No,
already
I
matters.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
so-
I'm gonna also, I'm gonna take my money and like partition out into a smaller pouch, 100 gold, for reasons.
Okay. As you do.
I thought you were.
Are you both group lifting him? Who's taking
Yeah,
what?
I guess like under each like.
Oh, I was just.
I mean,
I
go
have
ahead.
to get.
Yeah. I was just gonna like
Already
put
got
his
a man
arm
to
over
carry.
my.
Yeah.
I was putting his arm over my shoulder.
Yeah,
to help him
we'll
walk.
walk them together.
Okay, so you guys help him up to his feet and kind of sputtering.
Give him his
very
hat.
much.
It gives him power.
Are you wearing his hat?
No, it's in the bag. I have everything in the bag.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys help him up to his feet. Very much just disoriented. It's probably going to take him a minute or two
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
regain what's going on.
That's his he doesn't want to play Silas right now.
I would say it's been a few days.
I know.
Down in a pit, hanging. So his wrists are bloodied and kind of rough from obviously them pulling him up and dropping him back down repeatedly. It does not seem that they take care of their inmates very well.
I just want to say, seeing this, Gwen is like pissed. She's not
It's
happy.
pretty bad.
She's like silent anger.
Egil definitely didn't know about this. He wouldn't let this happen.
That being said,
Go to the elevator. Go,
guys
go,
head
go.
back to where Valora is.
And when we get back to Valora, I'm gonna take that pouch of 100 and be like, thanks for waiting. By the way, guess what I found?
Make a deception check.
I know I gave you poison before.
Just giving her tips every time.
Tip your
11.
11. She takes the bag and looks inside. Isn't this your bag from earlier?
No.
No.
Why are you giving me this?
Because I kept the other bag that came in.
For your inconvenience.
Hey, he did give you what you said.
Make a charisma check.
Chris check. Chris check.
10.
You're doing really well, buddy.
If only I could.
She kind of tosses it up and down. Tell you what, we haven't gotten all the way through it. You might owe me more later.
Fair enough. She makes a fair point.
Okay, we should go.
Taxes.
I hate to break your little.
Shut up.
I'm not gonna out you, but
Shut up.
but we gotta go.
Chris.
I'm just gonna hit. I got him. You just grab the
I'll put the-
unconscious one.
I put Chris on.
He's the one who looks the best out of all of us because he had 48.
Chris has rolled over since we come back.
He actually just
Wasn't he
gathered
on the
a
other
small
side?
Pile of,
He's got his eyes open for when he sees it. He's like, oh.
He grabbed her
He's
from
like a kid
Valora's
in a car
bag
seat.
and
took
was
his little
hugging her.
vest off and it's rolled into a pillow.
He's like a kid in a car seat that doesn't want to get out of the car when they get home.
Now it's your problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. I put Chris like on my
Yeah.
shoulder. I'm like,
How
come on,
long-
let's go.
Gotta move.
How long will the elevator ride be? I guess.
As everybody steps on, Valora looks, I imagine, pretty fast. And she takes out from her pouch her rifle, aims it up, and there's a
Brace
deafening,
yourselves.
echoing shot ringing throughout as you watch the chain snaps and you guys start to plummet. So, as it does, you watch as she's kind of holding onto something and just letting it slip through her hands. She does it well.
Good. Thank God.
Until eventually
We love
she
her.
kind of looks over the edge. Okay, jump.
Okay.
Okay, jump.
Okay,
jumping.
I'm jumping.
Jumping.
I'm jumping, holding on to
Yeah,
Silas.
Icarus, you can fly.
Yeah.
I'm
But
going
You
to.
choke.
I'm actually going
realize
to.
you could fly.
I'm gonna ignite my gem flight and hold on to Silas.
Okay.
Just to help soften my fall.
Sure. So, are you doing anything else?
Can I try to pick up Chris and hold him with my wings so that Gwen can more easily
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
feed herself?
I throw him up.
Yeah. You let go. It is.
I throw up.
Yeah. So Valora just kind of just falls with it. But go ahead and make a
It's fine. She's tough.
acrobatics
She can
check.
take it.
Wake up, buddy. Time to wake up. Hold on. Ah, nat 20.
Nice.
Plus 8.
So, looking off to the side, there is a small kind of like small patches here and there of what appears to be dry land and then just water. And as you look around, it's just cavern that expands onward and onward and onward. As you jump off to the side, finding kind of looking for one of the deeper, murkier water patches to land, and you poof, right inside. It's a tunnel, just straight down, filled with water. As you kind of push yourself back up above the surface, you see everybody else who can fly has landed safely. You kind of watch as the elevator just crashes. Laura kind of kicks the debris off her feet, moves on. I've already sent Khalees through here.
I was just about to ask about Khalees.
She was lowered safely. Unfortunately, the elevator only works if somebody's lowering it, so you'll have to excuse my sudden departure.
That's okay.
So, here we are. Your brilliant plan.
I'm gonna take out.
Wasn't this your plan?
Oh,
No,
yes.
No, it might have been mine. Dream Man said the well. And
Dream
I
Man.
followed Dream Man.
Chris, the Dream Man.
Dream
said,
Warrior told me.
Someone in my dream told me to go here.
There's a lot of Dream Warriors nowadays.
I'm gonna take out the Underdark compass
Okay.
and start going. Because
Okay.
we said we were going to make it through, go to the Underdark Swamp Mansion, correct? If I'm remembering correctly from the previous episode.
That was mentioned. There's an old mansion there. So Ballora would actually be the only one who knows her way to the mansion. Cool. Right, so
Was her with Khalees?
Herb is with Khalees.
Okay, just making sure.
They took the back fold. So, going to go meet them at the mansion. Khalees is then should have contacted some people to help make a better escape, as I really don't want to climb a tunnel out of here. Heavens knows where the nearest exit is.
Well, I have this compass, and maybe. Right, if Khalees. I'm on a
So, are you guys following Ballora? Somebody else taking the lead to there?
I'll take up the rear.
Okay, take it there.
I'll
Carrying
take
Chris.
the lead.
Okay.
Is it dark here?
Pitch black.
I'm gonna give the.
Do you have your
compass-
light globe?
I do.
I was gonna say I also have dancing lights.
I'm going to activate the drift globe
Okay. As
because
you
it
do.
doesn't take us long. Well,
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
we
take
get to-
us-
I know.
yeah, it's
You can do both if you want.
We can do both. And Valora, would you like the compass with you?
Sure.
All right.
Takes it.
Are you
And I'm-
walking silence?
I'm walking
Okay.
Silas.
Okay. So, with that being said, with Valora kind of pointing the direction, Icarus, you are taking point with Gwyneth holding up the rear. So both of you go ahead and make perception checks.
It's not horrible, guys!
Me either.
Oh, baby, that's what we wait for.
It's the first one over 5 in the last 3 rolls.
Okay, what do you get?
Sorry, I got so excited. 26.
26, nice.
Oh, 22.
Nice. Okay, really good rolls, guys. All right, so.
Wait, does it?
Yeah, anyway. But that being said, looking off into the distance with the
Someone
help
there.
of the drift globe, you can see the reflections of water, of these kind of pools that seem more frequent here and there. Almost kind of like a stone marsh of types. These larger crystals here and there growing out of the ground. For those of you who are barefoot, it sucks. So, I guess, Chris, Icarus, and Silas, I would suppose. But
Chris,
and
he's getting
Valora.
a lap of luck.
We didn't get Silas's shoes.
Oh, yeah,
Oopsies.
Yeah, I got
Forgot, yeah, no, Chris is actually great.
Yeah, he's fine.
Piggybacking. That being said, it's quiet down here. Awfully quiet.
Too quiet.
Which comes across your mind when you start to notice them. The buildings. Hundreds of them. Everywhere. Lots of them. Little shanty shacks, houses made out of stone, crystal, planks of wood, discarded, anything that they could find. This just shanty town. You notice there are lights. There are figures moving with inside. However, this sudden crash, the gunshot, seems to have scared away whatever residents are here. But I would say both of you noticing would see the eyes watching you from the shadows. Lots of them. Nothing threatening, but no frogs, unfortunately.
You mentioned that Valora had shoved some armor that was 3 times his size into the bag.
Yep.
Would it be big enough to fit Silas?
Or Nestani.
I'm more so just trying to give him clothes and possibly shoes, but okay.
What about the very nice ancient Cilician leather armor that I found? Would that fit Silas?
Or Nistani.
Shut up, it's not for you. I'm just trying to give Silas clothes.
He's got like some ragged robes on, and it's not like
Exactly, they're rags.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
You said he was barefoot. I'm just trying to give him some
this man
footwear.
deserves proper
Okay.
clothes.
Okay, so you guys want to give him some boots?
Yeah.
Sure. I would say
now
that
the best time
those
to stop.
boots would fit him from
not
the
stopping
Cilician
him,
armor.
I'm just,
if you would like to give him.
Giving him some shoes on.
I gave him some shoes.
What is he gonna do? Walk into them? He's gotta stop and put his shoes on.
I can walk and look through my bag at the same time, stop for a brief second so we can put on some shoes and keep walking.
Or we can put Silas on my back, and as I'm carrying him, Nistani can put the shoes on him.
I don't think you carrying him is going to make much of a difference because it's just me, you dragging
Just
him.
grabs the boots.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Anyways.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Gets back up.
I can't see well,
I'm sorry.
but that's okay.
He has astigmatism.
Oh.
I have been beaten. I admit it. Anyway,
I'm gonna...
which one of y'all is which one? I saw Icarus, but
Nistani.
Nistani, there you are.
Hi, Silas.
Hey, long time no see.
If you're wondering why Gwyneth looks different, she hasn't told us either.
He can't see me.
Well, you have the drift globe.
He kind of like swims real hard. You've been working out.
He is looking at Valora.
Laura just rolls her eyes and keeps walking.
She puts up with so much.
I guess, like, I still have his... if he still needs it, his arm over my shoulder.
No.
Yeah, he's limping, but so I mean, if
He doesn't need it. Nistani just wants to hold.
I like feeling like I'm helpful even if I'm betraying my country.
Yeah.
I
Sue me.
kidnapped you.
Be helpful. Go for it.
Although, I actually can, like, see if there's any cloth in my bag to, like, wrap his, like, sore wrists. That way it's
Sure.
not...
So, yeah. Take a second. Kind of cover the wounds and just a lot of.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I tried.
I would like to know why y'all breaking me out of jail. Seems like a lot of effort.
A lot has happened in the past 3 days.
Why are we going down? Why couldn't you pay my bail?
Huh?
Couldn't you pay my bail?
How much was it?
A
Wait,
couple-
no, we couldn't have. We're
also
fugitives.
What?
We got framed for murdering the king.
This seems to have sobered him a bit.
I tell him that in his head. I'm not saying that part out loud, by the way.
The hell you mean?
All this is in the head because I don't trust the environment.
Yeah, Quinn looking right at you.
So, basically, you know these amulets that we have?
Yeah, sure. Pretty rocks. Got it.
Time stopped and Periscopia of Cilicia murdered the king and then blamed us. Also, Gregory is actually Icarus's brother, who also betrayed us.
I love how Nistani keeps calling Garvia Praeris because that's what
She was
Jahari
introduced.
called her.
Yeah, Garvia.
But she was introduced
Paris
as...
Garvia.
Yeah.
That being said.
Her first name is Lady?
Okay.
Is Lady
You
Garvia?
know what? After what she pulled, she doesn't deserve the title.
Honestly, I can't really process what you're saying.
That's okay, you don't have to.
So, tell you what, I would love to hear the story when we find a place that is not shantytown hell.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of, while they're doing this, can I keep my eye on the eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Me too.
We did, okay, even though we didn't pay a bail, because if we did, we would probably be here ourselves or dead. We did get your things.
Oh, that was mighty kind of you.
So I'm gonna, pull the guns out and give it to him.
So you stole all these, right?
Yes.
Is this why if you stole, you broke into a prison?
Yes. So we could escape through the prison, because they probably wouldn't think to look.
He's asking. That's why we're fugitives.
No, it's not why we're fugitives. We're fugitives because we were, framed for murdering the king and his advisor.
I'm sorry. You're saying a lot of things that don't quite make sense.
We can't be seen on the surface. We might die. That's why we broke you out and we're sneaking through prison.
You brought me to tunnel of hell.
I didn't want you to die.
Well, I appreciate it. I understand.
And I'm guessing I also had like his necklace. We found most of his things.
Yeah, you found his-
so
you found his
the
wallets,
necklace. Oh, and here's your hat, and I'm gonna like take that hat and just put it on and then tip it down
Yeah.
for him.
This keeps limping. Sure.
Wanted to, yeah, found your stuff, or most of your stuff.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, can we talk? Just give me two
No,
minutes.
I'm not expecting you to
Yeah.
fully
No,
comprehend.
I'm great.
You were hanging.
How y'all doing?
Could be better.
Icarus, that was quite the presence. I thought you were a spirit animal to take me in the next life.
It's a compliment.
In a way.
Well, that doesn't make me feel safe.
So, what did you guys roll on your perception checks?
23.
23?
16.
16. I would say you guys are armed, and with not crappy weapons, like actual ones that were not made out of stones and rocks.
And I have a
twine.
cool arm, so I'm very.
Yeah, you got a scary metal arm, and Valora is giving the evil eye to the shadows that kind of walked on the sides of you. But I would say
Give the evil eye to the shadow people.
I'd say you guys are
Scared them
pretty
away.
astute, pretty aware overall. Nothing seems to come and bother you as long as you guys are being perceptive.
Okay.
But after a while, Valora kind of stops, looks real close, hard. There, right there, and kind of points out this very rickety mansion that seems to be built out of driftwood almost, with these large lily pads that glow, kind of giving off this light from inside the lake that surrounds it.
Feels familiar in a way I can't understand.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of dead people inside, so.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes. Well,
okay.
anyway, that's where we put them. So, you guys heading up?
Yep.
It seems that in Valora's absence, people have made use of the house. As you see that there are lights inside, there is kind of smoke coming from the rooftop, or what would be considered the rooftop that kind of crawls into sides of rock faces here. You see movement, mostly just one figure. And there's kind of a ramshackle, very narrow bridge built across with loose boards seemingly taken from the house. With that being said, as Valora kind of steps across, guiding the rest of you, she kind of pushes open the old wooden door. And inside you see that there is what appears to be Khalees sitting around this large hearth fire. There's this statue with these bright jeweled eyes, one hand extended, what appears to be a drow. There are some torn paintings, there's little candles and lovely little decorations, and it seems that there's a lot of cobwebs, but it seems that Khalees has been very diligent in sweeping some things up. And as Khalees kind of looks, oh, thank goodness oh, okay, great. I got chairs for everybody. I wasn't sure that you would all live, so that's
That
great.
is a first aid. Thank you, Khalees.
And she kind of shows everybody to these very little crappy benches. Some nice armchairs that are definitely kind of eaten away at. Moths have had their way.
Can Gwen, do, a walkthrough of, all the rooms we haven't been in yet and just make sure,
Yeah, it's a big place. But just kind of taking a general look on this first floor, there seems to be some broken paintings that have secret tunnels that were behind them. And looking in, there's kitchens and libraries and all sorts of odd antiquities here.
crazy.
It seems kind of like a hoarder's nest, but at the same time, very particularly organized hoarder's nest.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure there was no threats. And
Nothing moving inside the house, I'd say. Khalees has been here for a while, so. But
So there are chairs.
they're ramshackle chairs. There's kind of like a sofa that's been pushed, and it's all kind of near this hearth towards the back.
Throw Chris on the floor.
So like a fire
That's what he
burning in the hearth.
deserves.
so
Yeah, there's a fire, yeah.
I'm just gonna in front of the hearth just
I'm putting Chris as
Yeah.
far away from the fire, as far away from a chair. He gets
Yeah,
the
you
floor.
put him down on the floor. It's fine, I'm cold-blooded.
Chris,
I like it like this.
you don't get to talk.
I'm gonna help Silas into a chair and then also sit down.
Okay. So you put Silas in the chair.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I'm gonna
I let everybody else
crawl
take a
my
seat
way up
before I
onto the
take a
sofa.
seat.
Yeah. So, as the group gathers, all around the warm fire, Clee's kind of, so what took you guys so long?
We got caught.
See Valora's eyes kind of flicker.
So first we got caught by frogs,
Frogs.
paralyzed for a bit.
Can you tell the important parts?
Elric found it.
I'm sorry, what?
We got lost in some tunnels. We found a
Place
Thieves'
we thought was
Guild's
fine to rest.
hideout. We hid there.
To stop my bleeding.
We were found out by Ulrich. Fought our way out. Gwen died. Some of us were knocked out. And then we woke up and Nastani's family had apparently brought us to relative safety, collapsed the tunnels behind us, and led us to the well.
I see. Okay, well, that's not flawless, but you made it. So what's your plan now?
Get out of the city if we can.
Someone's coming to meet us here in a little bit, so if you want, you could come with us for a time. I don't know the deal with harboring people who are blamed for your crimes.
That is,
Who's coming to meet you?
My Anya,
Oh! Yeah.
my mentor, my teacher, many things, but they're coming to. They are getting proper ritual set up.
Right. Well,
I believe we were planning to escape to...
oh. That was so aggressive.
Wake up! I'm awake.
I believe we were planning to make our way through the mountains, correct? On the border of Cilicia and House?
We're
Make our way...
under the mountains right now.
So dig straight up.
No.
Dig.
It's always a bad idea. Dig straight up, dig straight down, don't do it.
Have you played Minecraft?
If you have a torch at your feet, maybe, but even then.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Sand will kill you.
yeah.
Gravel?
Gravel?
Worse.
Lava.
We've had that before.
Yes, you have. Yeah, that has happened before. Need I
I know,
remind you?
shoveling sand all my life, I've seen people die.
We've shoveled sand, we shoveled gravel onto ourselves. We've all had our...
The barricade.
The
So,
200
we were
yard
planning
stare.
What it is, right? What I'm in there.
That is where the direction Keysphere was heading.
Yes.
That was a city that was named as a possibility.
Just heading in the direction.
Some people wanted to go that way.
Some people want me on another continent.
I'd like to be at a bar.
You know,
Wouldn't we
for
all?
once I do agree with you. I would probably...
I'd like nearest bar, preferably.
Wouldn't we all?
That sounds like a good plan to me.
This entire scenario is going to drive me to drinking.
There are worse reasons.
What has the world come to?
So that was the plan, right?
The plan was to get out of the city and then figure out where we would go from there.
Best direction.
Keysphere is heading towards Martades and is adamant that we all share a common goal.
What compensation?
Keysphere, buddy, you still listening?
Hey, bud. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Nothing? Okay, cool.
Well, I'm glad he gives us some privacy. That's nice.
Said he was peacing out.
Well, he said that.
Yeah.
You did mention.
People have said things before.
Yeah.
People have
Peaceful
broken-
doesn't talk often.
So, I guess go upwards to the mountains. Safest we can.
I'm gonna address Khalees and Flora and ask, is there a pathway or exit here that leads into Cilicia?
Khalees kind of defers to Valora. The Underdark's quite the vast network. I'm sure that there's plenty of holes everywhere. It just depends how big it is or how accessible. A lot of watery caves can lead to the Underdark. A lot of flooded caverns. Those are difficult to navigate. I suppose there could be. I don't know of any, as I do not originate from here. Not my side of the Underdark, per se.
I mean, you are from another continent as well, so I assume.
Well, yes, but I'm familiar with this type of terrain, I suppose.
That's most of what I was referring.
So.
And you can navigate well, just not as well as you could if it was your own home terrain.
Right. It's you recognize patterns and things here and there. You know, once you meet one myconid colony, you know the rest seem to largely emanate around the same generalized goal. Typically.
Tomato, tomato.
Right.
So, Murtaz and Naviri did say that as soon as we are safely out of the city, they would meet up again with me. I've not let them know where I am thus far, because I assume we are not out of the woods per se. So, once we're on the upside, I will contact them again.
You kind of see.
If you just need a way out, like I said before, you're welcome to join us and figure your way out from there.
I would love that. If we have
Would
time
likely
to
be
rest.
taking. I'll be honest, we're probably going to be heading back to Vashon, but there's a lot of people there.
Works for me. That's where my family wants me anyway.
Well,
Sorry, there's a lot of frustration, not towards you. I was just
trying to help.
I
No,
guess we
I-
did forget to mention that Ryan kidnapping is naughty.
Silas kind of looks. What?
okay.
Fill you in later.
I'm more conscious. What's going on?
Okay, hold on. This is a DM question. I did mention, like, whenever I had told them that I was the princess, was it while Khalees and them were in the room as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that at the party?
It was
at
it
the
was
house.
the
that
house.
we-
The
Oh
manor.
yes. That
Okay, I was trying to make sure before.
I watched it. I rewatched it. So, I remember.
Yeah. We have a lot of options, don't know which ones to take. By King's orders, I'm supposed to go to Vashon to, I guess my family knows people who have a keep there, that I will be staying with them for a couple of years. To be
Do you
able
know
to-
which one?
Which keep?
Yes.
I believe they said it was on an island.
Well, there's a lot of islands in Ocean, and there's a lot of keeps. Half the continent's sunken, so.
What?
Lore drop.
Sorry, that was Lauren.
She thinks she's
saying
going
what?
to the beach.
Yes, there's a large, the flooded valleys. Lots of it sunken. Yes, there's a lot of beaches.
Wait, how much of this did I know? Did I take world history when I was...
Oh, make a history check. Go for it. Yeah,
Can I also take history?
Sure, go for it. Well, you can make history checks.
Can I notice
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You want to?
She's not going to sleep right now.
16.
I
16?
don't know.
Yeah, you know that there's a large, it's not quite an inland sea on Voshan, but there is kind of a larger body of water that kind of has not quite bisected it, but it's getting close to that. There's been a lot of flooding in the recent years as what you've studied with a 16 and a
3.
3, I'd say, as what you studied. There's been a lot of tectonic shifts. A lot of inland valleys are becoming flooded. So there's a lot of islands.
So I wouldn't know which one he's talking about.
There's hundreds of thousands. It's hard to talk.
Like which keep, I mean. Because if he had mentioned that, I'd be staying with someone.
He didn't really specify keep. There's a lot of keeps everywhere. You'll stumble in the woods upon a keep. You guys have stumbled across 3 or 4 in your adventures, just walking in the forest. So, to speak of which one, there's not really a specific one.
Mm-hmm. He didn't mention which one per se. It was a very wasn't really a details kind of conversation about where I'd be staying after he whisks me away.
Well, I imagine there's a reason, such as, I don't know, maybe don't let anybody find out where the princess is.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly that's why he wouldn't say anything.
You say it like you didn't know.
I did know. It's called sarcasm.
Fedora is not who we need to pick a fight with right
I'm
now.
not trying to pick a fight. I'm tired.
I've got lots up here. But I know enough to know that.
There's not many
Strong
thoughts.
together.
But this is one thought that permeates in my mind.
She was forming her very first thought.
Sorry, I'm not trying to. Anyway. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I'm putting things together. I'm remembering what you were saying when I was putting on my shoes. Are you serious? Y'all
100
killed the king?
Wait,
No,
okay, no,
we're
no, no,
framed.
No, framed for murder.
You're framed. By
Lady Garvia.
Garvey. Oh, shit.
Yes. That one.
The big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, she made time stop while we were doing the ceremonial thing where we won. And
I'm not saying I'm ungrateful for y'all pulling me out of the hole, but
was.
Now he's an accomplice.
But now I'm an accomplice. It's funny, like that's nothing new, but like if there's one guy missing, did you set a bunch of prisoners free or did you just get me?
We got a couple.
Oh god. Oh no, a 10.
He looks at you.
I can't speak
Did
for
you
her.
let other folk out to try and smoke screen it just a bit?
You know I mentioned I would have my very first thought just then. I didn't have it when we were getting you out.
That's okay. Okay. No,
You
that's
weren't
cool.
even there.
So where are we going? You said you're going to hide?
Yes,
That
yeah,
sounds
right.
great. On a beach, I heard, with the castle.
Well, a
yes.
beach in the sense of where the water meets the land. Yes.
Sounds nice.
Well,
Sounds like they got a
the
tavern.
other option is I could kidnap you too.
Okay, well, I don't...
Gwyneth,
We take
That
what
is
we have.
technically what
stop
happened,
kidnapping
yes.
people.
We've already kidnapped him.
It wasn't even my idea!
It's becoming a problem.
Okay, well, I would just like to point out that my stealing habits were a problem before, but when I have to steal her, it's fine.
We never actually settled on the kidnapping
I didn't
idea.
pre-approve any of this.
You kind of just ran away
You were
with
kind of
it.
unconscious.
I was just moving my legs and then I woke up here.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
a fair point.
That is what happened.
So did you want me to take you back to the well, or?
Well, I don't think you can put me back. Genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, we can't really, because we're kind of stuck down here.
That's a long flight back up.
I think you have a fighting chance.
And you took all my crap from the evidence.
We also took a bunch of fun stuff.
Smoke screen! There's a smoke
I mean, I find it funny, but like
Hey, we
that
left
beach, right?
we left the door open to the well.
That's worse. That's Gwyneth.
Go in and just cut it off. Cut it off.
They could climb out
Cut it off.
themselves.
No,
Cut it off.
they
Anyways.
can't. They really can't.
We really need to rest, might I suggest, considering we really didn't get much rest.
Also, you died.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Well, we kind of have to.
Now you're mad. Killed the king, killed Gwyneth. Who else died?
We can kill Gwyneth.
I almost did.
Oh yeah, he
Don't
almost
let
died.
the study lie to you.
Oh!
He takes a second. The hell happened to your hand?
So
Yeah.
funny story. When we were getting framed for murder,
So it's so cold on my back.
Icarus's brother put up like I don't even know what it was, but I was trying to reach the king to like have
It's
a
like
knock.
a wall.
A wall. I mean,
An
but I didn't.
invisible wall.
I was trying to
of
keep the king. Keep the king from being stabbed, so I tried to reach and grab him, and it shattered my arm.
It's a lot to take in.
So then Khalees gave me this one as a loan. I'm gonna give it back.
And you broke me out of jail.
And we broke out of jail because I was worried
That's
they.
the important part.
Came through the jail and only took me.
They took other things.
Gwyneth.
I'm trying to help.
No, I mean...
Sorry, were we supposed to leave you there?
Well... I mean... It ain't the
Will
worst
as a DM, yes.
It's not the worst thing. I'm fine. I'll live. We're going to the beach, right?
Yeah.
We're going to a
Stani might be
place.
Let's work on escaping first.
Okay.
resting first, please.
Yeah, before that rest.
Then escaping.
Anyway, who's taking first watch?
I will.
You take a long rest?
Yeah, Gwen will take first watch.
Let's do it. Do we have food?
Did you guys pack any food? Do you have any food in your back holes?
I had
Frog
rations.
stole my food.
I mean, I would say they didn't take your rations. I don't think.
Alright, I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat some rations.
Yeah, I have
That's
rations.
So Khalees has been making like small kind of what food she brought from her place. So she's got
I let
tea.
everybody else eat first.
I love tea.
before I eat.
So there's a small dinner kind of set up, but sure, if you want to take first watch, go.
Perception.
Perception check. You walk around the house.
14.
14. Pretty quiet. Khalees is pretty busy at work. She's kind of pulled out this bag of chalk and has been just taking chalk and drawing it on the floor everywhere and just kind of like making sure Chris doesn't sleep in the circle. But she kind of going around making these little runes here and there.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm making the other side of the door.
Oh, right.
What are you doing?
No, it wasn't like that. It was genuine curiosity. I just was like,
Oh, yeah, I'm just making the doorway.
Or be like, what is she doing? You know?
you know, I'm really sorry that you and your sister have been
It's
dragged into this.
You know, things happen, and it is okay. There are weirder things that happen all the time. I'm sure that this one's pretty big, not as tragic, but
Right.
These things happen all. King's murdered, framed for murder.
I'm just kind of, trying to cope.
Well, if I can do anything for you, please let me know.
Maybe not at the murder one.
Well, I appreciate the thought. And I'll let you know if I can think of anything, but if you want to help me draw these little symbols, that would be great.
Sure. So,
She kind of slides the paper or the parchment that she's been kind of has the rough drawing on.
copy of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll start.
Spend the rest of the watch down there, but it's quiet. Who's taking next watch?
I got it.
All right, go for it.
Hope you do.
Twenty-two.
22.
22.
Khalees still drawing little symbols here and there, and eventually she kind of gives up, but and Valora kind of takes over, taking over the symbol drawing. Kind of pacing by the windows, the broken corridors. It's quiet. There seem to be the occasional rat or two, but for the most part, it's fairly quiet 2 hours.
Okay.
Next watch.
Me.
Okay.
18.
18. Eventually kind of watch as your shift transitions over. About halfway through, Valora kind of finally finishes up the rest of the chalk etchings. He gives a deep sigh, kind of looks up. Go into bed. Good night.
Good night.
And Valora kind of heads off somewhere upstairs. Nobody else is, but she is. And
So she
Pretty-
can take off her makeup.
it's pretty uneventful. Last watch.
I can take it.
Go for it.
Where is it?
Oh, that's not bad. 21.
21. As everybody's pretty heavily asleep, whether it be, Khalees, who is kind of curled up next to the fire, Chris, who is off in the cold corner, or Silas, who has draped himself over a rocking chair, or Herb, who is implanted next to one of the windows. It's fairly quiet. But just need some fresh air for a second. Maybe kind of step outside, looking into the vast Underdark.
You are on the right path.
As you kind of take out the blade.
But we must get closer to the heart of the matter.
What is the heart of the matter?
The serpent's head. We must cut it off so that the snake stops growing. It is not any serpent. We must get closer.
Which way is closer? Do I keep going the path that I'm going down, or do I divert?
My sight only allows for mere glimpses, but this upcoming choice will affect whether we take a detour or rush into things too soon. I know as you know, and I am troubled that I do not think that there is a right answer here. Perhaps seeking out help from others, making new alliances will make it easier to corner the snake. Or perhaps rushing in and grabbing before it can writhe away. I see them both as viable options. But when the time comes, do not be idle.
I made a promise. I intend to hold my end of it.
If you do not forget what you will lose.
I'm well aware of what I will lose.
We are on the same side of this war, and I intend to end it together.
Together.
Feel the sword dull. Sheathe it once again.
Okay. Can I do some kind of check to see if I don't know how to figure this out, but if the serpent's head that he mentioned is the same as kind of what Keysphere was talking about before?
Make an insight check. Trying to connect some dots here. Two figures with two different goals, or two same goals.
Nat
It's our
20.
Nat 20.
Plus 0.
Is it actually the
Bless you.
snake mother he's talking about?
The mother snake.
My snake mother.
There has been talk of the mother snake deep in the snake hole.
Asshole.
I would say this entity that you've been speaking with has been fairly forthright. It's been honest in what it wants and what it expects. You get the sense that they shown any malice, any hatred, any negative feeling towards you, and has been genuinely relying on your help, as obviously it doesn't have a body to do this on its own. That being said, Keysphere and this creature have similar speech patterns. They have similar thought processes and ideas, where they drone on about deeper understanding of whatever this is. And while you get the sense that this blade, whatever's trapped inside, is ancient, perhaps it is forgotten. Perhaps it is confused or lost sight of what it truly was after, but something is still clinging on to it. It seems determined and focused. As for Keysphere, I would say your interactions with them have been decisive. It's been clear. They've been practical, pragmatic. There's no fluff. There's no confusion. Keysphere has told you exactly what they want to tell you. And well, you can't think of a situation where they've been dishonest. You get the sense that, absolutely, whatever their end goal is, they have been more secretive about it. Be it going after this same serpent, or completely different goals entirely. I would say they're both after some white whale of theirs. Whether it's the same one, probably have to glean more information from both.
I was gonna say, when I first met Keysphere, he was collecting weapons, right? And Gwen thought about joining him because he talked about taking down the very power that suppresses everyone. Knowing what I know now, with that information, does that offer any insight or no?
You think about it with your nat 20. Connecting as many dots as you can as you sit here on the edge of the lily pad lake, kind of watching as the bioluminescent fish kind of swim beneath you. Both of these entities, Keysphere and Marines End, seem to be focused on a higher power of something. They've mentioned authority, what they're going after. They've mentioned figures who are controlling. And while the Rain Ender Blade has spoke of specifics, they've given names. Vague names. But they have. You can think back on them. The killer of my master's people. The slayer of 10,000 cities. The last of the 12 scholars. Disciple of Utopia. Harbinger of secrets. The immortal shade. The serpent. While the blade doesn't seem to remember, as far as you can tell, who this is, they know what it is. They're powerful. Keysphere's goals seem targeted towards another power, perhaps the same.
I have a question. When Nastani was in our safe space with Keysphere, how many chairs were there?
There were 8.
Not 12.
Not 12. There were 8.
I mean, that was
Yeah, it's a lot. Good inside lore.
yeah. Can I, while I'm up, I mean, maybe this will that took up all my time, but I wanted to try and see if I could doctor wounds, like if Silas had any like open wounds, I could
Yeah, I mean,
bandage them.
go ahead and make a medicine check.
7.
7.
You make them worse.
Stick your finger right in the.
What is this?
I would say you go over to Silas. He's kind of still mostly wearing the rags and has kicked off the shoes.
You work so hard.
He's comfortable as he can be, kind of passed out in a rocking chair. He's definitely roughed up, but the immediate kind of open wounds were likely mostly all closed by the Cure Wounds spell. Or, I mean, he's still bruised, he's still beaten. You kind of take wet rags and kind of,
Gwen feels bad because the whole reason he's in there is because of her.
He doesn't seem to be in any regretting or holding anything against anybody. Seems to be more going with the flow.
He's always like that, okay?
Okay,
But
that's all I wanted to do.
I would say eventually the end of your watch comes, and strangely enough, the sun doesn't rise. It's just the hearth continues to die and die, occasionally putting in more wood, either from the surrounding bits of the house or what drifts in the water. Herb!
No!
Finally! Allura smiles from the top of the staircase.
You see the flames reflected in her pupils.
Can we, long rest?
You guys can all mark off the one.
Please, thank
Let's
God.
go!
But you're the first to see. As you are kind of tending to wounds and looking about, tending to the fire, any little thing you can do, you notice the circle begin to glow.
Okay, I'll wake everybody up.
So you kind of go over. Elise, who is very kind of lightly asleep, kind of curled up on the floor with her bedroll, kind of stirs awake. Oh, starts dusting herself off.
Your phone's ringing.
And kind of runs over to the staircase and yells out for Valora. Shortly after, there's kind of. But as everybody kind of wakes up, Silas. I'm going back to sleep. Let me know when we're leaving.
I think
We're
we're
about to leave.
Oh, we're about.
Silas.
Are we really?
Yeah.
My dang boots on.
I pick up
Does
Chris
he-
by the scruff of it like a cat.
Yeah. He's like a still lizard.
Yeah.
He might be dead.
I pick him up by his tail.
I put Herb in the baby Bjorn.
The tail comes off.
Yeah. Pops off and goes back. Immediately.
I put
But
Chris on my shoulder.
eventually you watch as
Can
the
I-
circle.
See too about fitting Silas and the rest of the armor.
Sure. Yeah.
Just as to have something.
The vest over and kind of eventually it's a little tight, but kind of watches it slowly kind of shapes a bit more, becomes a bit more fitted, tailored.
I could have worn it.
Yeah.
It's not as good as my current armor. though.
It's like
It's more stylish.
Turbo.
It's more stylish.
So you give Silas the stylish spy suit.
Yep.
I
I sure did.
And
You look good.
well,
Look
that's
good with the
mighty
hat.
kind of you. Did you
Sure
need it?
is.
I know you don't normally wear pants, but
Winnie the Pooh now.
you know, different folks, different. Anyway, I didn't know you want it. I just, I got my rags. Okay, seems a little awkward, but just here we go. But eventually, the kind of portal begins to glow with this kind of white light, and you watch as the rings begin to rise and elevate for rotating, turning, interlocking like gears until a doorway is formed. And as you kind of sit there, you see Khalees and Valor just a look of relief, exhaustion just wipe from their face as they feel this warm air come from an unfamiliar place. Does that say?
Beach weather.
Yeah, it's beach weather, but it's currently the beginning of winter in Ross. And this is warm summer air.
I've only ever known winter.
You've only ever known winter, and this is uncomfortably hot.
I'm in my element, desert baby.
But as the doorway
Just
opens,
standing like
you hear the sound of footsteps, and as a figure begins to step through, and kind of, oh, Khalees, oh, thank the gods. It appears to be
an old, maybe late 30s tiefling woman with this long kind of blue navy hair kind of pulled up into a smaller bun, these kind of twisted purple horns and these purple eyes. She's wearing what appears to be almost like an admiral's uniform, very much of formality, function. And as she kind of pulls Khalees in for a hug, you kind of notice the metallic hand that looks very similar to yours.
I've been waiting for this one!
And as she kind of turns, she kind of, I've heard some things from Khalees and Valora. You must be the Fourrunners.
Unfortunately, I've cried because I get to leave.
Kind of gives a warm smile, and I am Admiral Lydia of the Fleet of Oshan. Thank you so much for assisting my daughters.
I'm so sorry. I have been holding this secret in for so long.
I knew it!
I can't stop crying.
On that note,
Isabella,
We're
this
gonna
only
end
matters to
tonight's
you.
game. So they're excited, and hopefully one day when the synopsis or book, I haven't decided what I'm going to do, comes out for campaign 1, you'll see.
You'll
why they're
understand
upset
why.
or excited. But anyway.
And now you know why it was so important to Valora to get that special stick.
Yeah, it was. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It's a bit of a longer one, but there was a lot of stuff that happened. We got pretty far for a Christmas episode. I love the holidays. Love holidays, time of reunion.
We
family.
made Lauren cry.
Made Lauren cry on the holidays. It's a good time. all around.
Can we get a close shot of Lauren crying?
There we go. There's the
Wish we could
Lauren.
zoom
I
in.
don't
Ethan,
need.
give us your cry face.
Cry,
Cry,
I don't
cry,
cry.
cry.
I
Do
don't
it.
cry. I can't.
You're an actor. Do it now.
This is me acting.
I'm too excited. I'm
That's
laughing.
the battle map. That me.
I'm too busy laughing at Lauren.
Let me put it back on.
I knew it. I knew
Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you next week. And then, oh my gosh, it's going to be the end of the year. We're getting into 2024. So good luck, everybody. And as always,
I knew it.
leave a like, subscribe would be great. Somebody else say some plugs. Quick.
I knew it.
Instagram and TikTok at the Wayward 7.
And we'll see you next time.
I knew it.
On the Wayward 7.
I knew it.
Oh, wow.